So there will be interruptions, that's inevitable. See you next week. Namaste. Hello and welcome to day 8. So we've hit the halfway mark. We're past that first week. So motivation might still be high for you, or maybe it's starting to lag a little bit. That promise of the first start of a challenge is not quite as shiny, and you may be starting to come up against some resistance. So today we're going to slow it right down. So it's not a hard, intense practice. We're probably going to stay on the floor most of the time. It's about permission to slow down. So as mothers, we often find we hit the ground running from the moment our feet touch the floor in the morning to when we collapse in bed at night. And we don't take that time to really slow down in our day. There may be slow moments, but we're always on. There's always a child who needs us, even if it's a slow moment on the couch. We're never just in that place where it's just us and we can slow down and be there for ourselves. So this practice is about that, permission to slow down. So you have my permission today to take off everything that's usually on your list. So forget about the washing, it'll last till tomorrow. Chuck some day-old clothes on, they'll be fine. Take them outside, they'll get dirty anyway. Let the dishes pile up in the sink. Whatever it is, probably still should feed them. That won't wait. But let everything that's not essential go today. Take this time to slow down. Connect back in with what you want to do. If you want to sit there and colour in or do some drawing or read a book that you have been hoping to get to for maybe weeks, do that. Let everything else go, slow down. You've got my permission. All right, let's come down onto the floor. So I'm going to work with a bolster to start, just to make myself a little bit more comfortable. Let the back rest over the bolster, really opening up through the heart, maybe bringing the feet together for a Baddha Konasana, maybe bring the legs out long if that's too much opening through the hips. And just connecting in with the breath. Letting your entire body sink into the floor. And feeling how good it is to stop, to not have that constant to-do list checking off in your head. Let's inhale, bring the knees into the chest. Maybe take small circles. Maybe hold onto the feet and draw them in a little bit further. Draw the shoulders back and down. Keep the breath flowing. And release the feet down to the floor. Just roll off the bolster now if you're using one. Come all the way down onto the back. Hug the knees in once more. And then exhale the legs all the way over to one side. So take the other arm out, drawing down with the shoulder blade. So that hip and shoulder blade are twisting away from each other, creating space through the spine. Let's inhale back through center, adjusting the hips, taking the legs over to the other side, creating space, giving yourself as much time as you need. And inhale, bring those knees back into the chest, draw them in once more. So drawing the knees further down this time, working into the hips, and then lifting the legs up, drawing the calves down, or maybe you can reach the feet, in which case you draw the feet down, so drawing those knees down to the earth. Maybe taking a small rock from side to side. And then releasing the legs, drawing the knees back into the chest, and rocking, rolling your way up, or using the arms to support you. depending on how gentle you want to make it. Let's come to our tabletop. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale. So just moving nice and gently. Exhale, round. Inhale. And exhale. Let's walk the heart forward, let the heart sink down to the earth, opening up through that upper back. So chin can come to the floor, forehead just sinking down. And then inhaling, walking the hands back. We're going to move into frog pose. So just take the knees wide, bring the hands under the chest to support the knees to open. So for some of us, this can be quite intense. You're welcome to use the bolster between the legs if you want to support, so you're not having to come quite so low. You could even bring it underneath the chest so that you can sink that upper body down and completely release through the legs. So if you want, you could support right under the body as well. Making yourself comfortable, letting everything go. So really deep stretch through that inner thigh, through the groin. We often hold a lot of emotional energy in our hips. So as you lie here, you might notice some stuff starts to come up. Maybe the mind wanders. See if you can draw it back. Bring the focus back to the breath. Exhale out any emotions that maybe bubble up for you, knowing that they're temporary. Our emotions come and go, and we can choose how we react to them. Whether we bottle them up or whether we allow them to do what they need to do and release them, letting them go. And slowly inhale, bring the hands back underneath the chest. Rise that upper body up, and then slowly bring the knees back in. Let's just release, bringing the knees together, finding child's pose for a moment. And then inhale, coming all the way up. Bringing the hands forward. Let's tuck the toes under, moving slowly through our down dog. Inhaling, lifting the right leg, opening through the hip. And then shifting the body weight forward, bringing that right knee behind right wrist. Finding our pigeon pose. So inhale, sit proud through the chest and lengthen the spine. And then exhale, fold forward. So if you're finding pigeon is too intense for you today, grab a block, place it under this leg, so it's going to lessen the amount of opening through the hips that you're feeling. You can even grab a bolster and again, underneath the chest, sink down. So use whatever props, whatever you've got lying around the house to make you comfortable. And just breathe into this space of letting everything go. Letting go of expectations, of things you feel you need to do. Letting go of how you think it should be or think it should feel like. And just breathe. As you inhale, slowly support the body to come back up, moving any props. We're going to lift back through our down dog, pedaling out. Taking the legs wide for a moment and walking the hands back, shortening our dog, drawing the heels down to the earth, lifting the tailbone high and pressing the floor away. And then inhale, move forward, bring the legs back underneath the hips. Inhale, left leg, bend the knee. Moving forward, finding pigeon on the opposite side. Inhale. And exhale. And then slowly walking the hands back up. Tucking the back toes, move back through one final down dog, pedaling out. And then bringing the knees down to the earth. Just coming to have a seat. Well done. I hope that today's practice helped you to slow down the breath, to slow down the mind. I fully encourage you now to find Shavasana, whether that look like a nap with your kids later, whether that be finding a guided meditation. I've got some on my website if you need something to guide you through the relaxation, or just lying down now and finishing your practice with even just 5 minutes of stillness. You've got my permission to slow down today. Please take this break. We'll see you tomorrow for day 9. Namaste.